Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the first season of Upkeep that we just wrapped up recently. If you haven't seen all 12 episodes, I'll have a playlist linked above and in the description and at the end of the video. Go check out the episodes you haven't seen. But in case you didn't hear in our recent video, we're gonna have a couple episodes over the summer before the next season starts, and the next season starting earlier because it's longer. But in the meantime, I thought it would be kind of fun to give you a little bit of the behind the scenes of mostly just what's going on here in the studio, but mostly if you wanted to make your own Commander gameplay or Magic related gameplay, and really I think if you're doing any kind of tabletop gaming, I think this is going to translate as well. If you wanted to kind of see how we do it, I thought it might be kind of fun to show you. So let's start over here behind me. This is our green screen where we do all of our deck intros. And normally I have this extra lamp back here turned on. It just gets a little bit of extra light back here, but we use that for deck intros, and then we're also going to have some skits coming up where we use those as well. But let's go ahead and actually start over here with the table. So I kind of keep the table set up at all times so that, you know, we can just play games whenever and film whenever. It's just easy to hop back into games. These are all my play mats. I kind of keep them set up at all times so that it's easier to do framing for the overhead camera. It's easier to just line it up if I can see it, but then during the games, people usually take my play mat off and put their own on. For that overhead camera, I actually use this phone that I am filming on right now, and I use this here tripod. This tripod is extended all the way. I had to buy this extended arm, and then it just has this little holder here, and your phone just snaps in here. This one's not as secure as my last one, but the last one broke. I didn't know this one wouldn't be as secure, so I'll probably have to upgrade that before season 2 starts. But yeah, we use that to film overhead. And again, it's easy to line up as long as I just have the playmats where I know I want them, where I have the table where I know I want it. I guess as far as table goes, we also just keep extra dice and these dry erase infinite tokens. Hashtag not sponsored, but they're awesome. Some of them on each side of the table. Just makes the games go a lot smoother if you have easy access to things that you know you're probably gonna need at some point. Also, as far as cameras go, we do have for the side angle, as far as like looking down the table at us while we're playing, not the overhead. We mostly just had one little tripod. This is like a $20 tripod that you get on Amazon. It has this ring light, which for some reason isn't working. I think it has something to do with the power supply. I need to report that and see if I can get a new one. But we normally just had one, but then on the last episode, episode 12, we did end up getting a second one so that we can have one pointed at one end of the table and one camera pointed at the other end of the table. It makes editing take a little bit longer, but it makes it better for getting like personal with the players. I think what makes each individual YouTube channel special, when a lot of them are kind of, you know, making Commander gameplay, I think what makes it special is getting to know the players and getting personal with them. So I think that actually helps elevate that quite a bit. Obviously, we made the first 11 episodes with only one side camera, so it's not like you can't do that. But I definitely recommend that if you're going to try doing this, the more camera angles, the better, even though it's going to make your editing take a little longer, which I'll show you later. As far as lighting goes, we do have that lamp back there that I talked about, but I really only use it for when we have the green screen, because when it's on, it does end up adding a glare when the cameras are looking this way, which there are a couple games where we forgot to turn that lamp off and that was kind of problematic. But then we also have a lamp over here and a lamp over here on each side of the green screen. Those are good placements for getting them for the green screen if we need them, and then also for the table when we need, and them having these movable arms is really nice. Now, obviously this is not very professional lighting, but this is proof that you don't need hundreds of dollars worth of professional lighting to make it work. As far as audio goes, we would like to eventually get some little clip lapel mics, but those are dynamic mics, meaning that they have to sit really close to you. They don't pick up a lot of room noise, which sometimes is good, sometimes it's bad, depends on the situation. And then you get a lot of extra low-end buildup, like the voice gets really boxy and bassy, and it's hard to understand what they're saying all the time. So we're actually just using one room mic right now. So up on the other side of the table, away from the tripod, we have this here mic stand, and up here, this is the MXL 990 condenser microphone. I believe it's a large diaphragm, I don't remember, but this is a pretty sweet microphone. It's about $100 or something, and it's really good at picking up all of this. We're all right below where everyone is sitting. What I like about using condenser microphones is, yeah, you're gonna get a little bit more room noise, so that is sometimes problematic, like if the vents are turning on or if someone's being loud outside the room, but it gets all the like little extra noises of games as well, like people moving their dice around or people shuffling their cards. It gets that sound a little bit better than like a clip mic would, and I think that's kind of nice. And then that runs across the floor here for the cable, and it goes into the Scarlett 2i2 interface. This is a really nice, these are about $150, so pretty affordable. And then they have a preamp in it as well that sounds pretty nice. So not only if you're doing stuff like this, but if you want to get into music, this is a great little interface. It has 2 inputs, 2 outputs, nice little handy thing. And then for audio, I don't actually know what this session is right here, but this is the program we use for recording the audio. This is Logic Pro X. It's an Apple only software, but if you want to get into music or audio or podcasting, I can't recommend it enough just because it's really simple and easy to use. So at the time of recording, this is March 4th. So the last 2 episodes of season 1 haven't come out yet, but that gives me an interesting opportunity to show you a little bit behind the scenes as far as the editing process as well. So this is kind of what the sessions look like when editing. This is Final Cut Pro, again, an Apple only software, but it's pretty sweet. Besides just having an Apple computer, I am a big advocate of the Apple only products. The softwares are just very intuitive and they make a lot of sense, and they're easy to pick up and learn and keep using, especially when you're making these Commander gameplays, which can take 10 to 15 hours to make. The easier the software is to use, the better. And it is pretty simple. It really is mostly just having the card images pop up on the screen. It's cutting back and forth between camera angles, and that's about it. It's not really that hard. It's just time intensive of knowing what's important to leave in, what's not important, what can be cut, and all that. And then obviously collecting the extra pieces that you need, mostly that being, in this situation, the pictures of the cards, having them pop up on the screen in a stylized way so that the viewers know what's going on. Also, this isn't that big of a deal, but you do see that there is some acoustic paneling around the room, and that is to help with the acoustics in here. Admittedly, this thin foam stuff doesn't do a lot. I think if you are going to not soundproof, but control your acoustics better in your studio space, this isn't necessarily the way to do it. It is better to just spend the money and get like thicker stuff, this like 1 to 2 inch thick foam. It does kind of help a little bit, but not as much as you would think. You're better off buying the real stuff, even though it's gonna cost a lot more. But anyways, I hope that this has been informative, give you a little bit of the behind the scenes on how we make Upkeep. And then if you are looking to do your own tabletop videos, whether it be Magic or not, I hope that if that's your case, then I hope this is informative and helps push you in the right direction. Again, if you haven't seen all of the episodes of Upkeep yet, go check them out, and we will be back in just a couple months with the next season, but we will have a couple episodes in between the seasons. And we also, I think by the time this video comes out, our Magic Online Commander series and our Spell Table Commander series, I think both of those have started by now as well. So make sure you subscribe for plenty of Magic related content, and I will see you guys later.